All right, what is going on, everybody? Today we're going to cover the announcement that just came out from the Q3 discussion with EA about the future of Battlefield and where we're sitting at with a timeline, along with some other minor changes that just came out, specifically with the VHX nerf, which again wasn't a nerf. So we'll briefly touch on that and then get into the actual elephant in the room for the, release of the next title and what to potentially expect while we sit here and wait in basically purgatory. And so I apologize up front, still recovering from COVID. But anyways, so getting into it, right? The VHX got a rework, not a nerf. Basically what they did to it was they increased its burst cooldown. So if you burst fire the weapon, it resets faster now. However, they increased the spread to your full auto. So remember the ARs, once you get past 20 rounds in the mag, the spread gets a heavy penalty to the bullet dispersion. So now with the chart that they posted on Twitter, it shows that it is less effective than the M5. Okay, but in reality, they just made the gun better at distance tap firing. So, I mean, there's no real nerf to the weapon. It's still really strong up close. There's almost no spread within 50 meters. I even clipped a guy beaming him away from 70 meters and then effectively tap firing 2 snipers at 90 plus meters while they were laying prone. So, I mean, the gun is still insanely good. Don't take the word nerf seriously here. So that will get probably another hit in the future, but for now that hotfix didn't really do a whole lot. So it's still insanely broken to use. So if you just want to turn your brain off and just go run around with your head cut off and just kind of like mow everyone down, by all means, it's still extremely valuable and still the best AR on the game, excuse me. Now, talking about what's going to happen with the game and its future. So they not only said we're going to get a invested and more modern, better, whatever you want to call it. They said that they're going to make the game astounding, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. That's great. The important piece that was announced by the financial advisor for EA that because they're working on multiple titles at the same time right now to broaden their pockets, because EA loves money, they are not going to release the game any earlier than April of 2025, which is a year and a half from now. Well, a little less than that. We'll call it 15 months. So at the earliest, we get another Battlefield in 15 months. So we're kind of just sitting here, and there's 2 sides to view this, right? It's probably a good thing that they're taking the time. What my concern is because they're taking their time, because they're working on multiple titles, is the game going to get the correct amount of attention that it needs to recover from back-to-back failures? I'm referencing BF5. I'm sorry, the people who think BF5 is fun and good, it's not on PC. It's not playable. I played it for a couple of hours. One of my buddies was nice enough to gift me a code for it, and I can tell you the hacking is out of control on PC. But if you're on console, it's still somewhat decent, from what I understand, but not playable on PC. Anyways, so people who love this franchise, who got hit with back-to-back dog shit titles, unplayable launches, and lack of content, lack of gunplay, guns not working, lots of bugs, inputs not working for both devices, you name it, like the list goes on and on, okay? So if they're going to extend the time that this game needs to be worked on for the next title to be good, I'm hoping it gets the correct attention it needs and hitting all the correct concepts that the fans want, not what they want to perceive as their good idea of what the fans want, right? That's kind of the other thing, is the company needs to listen to you guys, right? We as the content creators and the guys who stream this game all the time, we can whine and complain about nerf this, nerf that, it's not balanced, and all the people who sit there and complain about streamers ruining games or whatever are, well, you just want everything nerfed, you just want it to be played like COD, blah, blah, which, okay, but here's the deal, right? Like, I have thousands of hours in this game, I can tell you from a balanced standpoint what needs to happen. I even got flack for saying that it was a good thing the APS got smokes to not be shot down by them anymore from the Irish APS system, which is fantastic. Because in this game, the smoke from my hand is not a throwable. The smoke from the smoke launcher should still be stopped by the APS because it's coming out of a launcher. The APS system is so strong, it even stops bombs from the stealth chopper. It stops any rocket from any vehicle. So that stops the Zuni rockets and the anti-tank rockets from attack choppers and jets. Okay, that's just how good it is. So the APS is still very, very, very strong, and it stops not working against smoke grenades, which is fantastic. And that is because I can put an Irish APS behind a wall, can't shoot it. The only way to get past that is to use the EMP grenade, but nobody wants to run an EMP grenade unless you got that one weirdo who's like, yeah, EMP grenades. But anyways, that was the only counter to it. Now you can still throw smokes at choke points and push and try to get behind them, right? That's the hardest thing about APS is everyone's going to put them behind cover. Anybody with half a brain knows to just put an APS behind a cover, and then you're good. So that was the biggest thing that I really saw from the patch notes that just came out as well. In any case, back to the elephant with the game coming out in a year and a half, right? We're not getting Season 7 until sometime in March. My guess has been March, if we're lucky, or the 3rd week of March. I'm guessing 2nd week of March to play it safe. So what's going to happen after Season 7? Well, they have to give us content for the rest of this year, right? Like that just has to happen. So there's no other option. So we have to get at least a Season 8 and a Season 9. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if we'll get anything past the Season 8. I think we'll get at least one more season after this, and then who knows what they're going to do. So, but again, if they're going to extend the timeline for the next title in hopes that it's going to be at least decent, it has to at least be decent at launch. I'm all for that. But the problem is this game is incredibly stale. I'm coming up on 3,700 hours of gameplay time in this game. I'm running out of things to do. I do gun roulette to keep myself entertained. I do other random stuff on stream just to stay entertained long enough to where I'm not losing my mind. So, and that's just a me problem, right? The guys who play this game for a couple of hours, a day, or even a handful of hours during the week, because you guys have families and work, whatever. So it doesn't affect you as much as it does for us as the content creator. So, I mean, you guys still have plenty of things to play with, so to speak, with the content, because you guys don't, dump hours into it per week, right? In any event, hopefully, with the amount of time they're going to delay the next title, it's somewhat decent, or at least good. But we'll see. I'm not holding my breath. They fumbled the bag twice, and that's really all I have to cover. I mean, y'all let me know what you think, but in reality, like, I will believe it when I see it. They've hired a lot of big guns to come work on this title, so it looks hopeful. But again, you get lied to so many times, you just stop listening, right? Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you all in the next one. See ya!
Well.